So today I'm going to talk about my storage poles and why I don't use them anymore, but there's a lot of information here if you are interested in playing with poles that you can store things in. But before I do that, I want to talk about weather. So usually if I plan a trip and I'm going to go hiking, I just go and take what I get. But today I was supposed to be headed for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Pictured Rock National Lake Shore. It's peak color up there. I love to hike in the fall. I mean, it really Pictured Rocks and Lake Superior and that whole North Country Trail through there. You can make a down and back 80-mile trip out of it, and it's just spectacular this time of the year. And so I've been kind of waiting for peak color to go up there, but then we had that tropical storm hit the East Coast and a front coming in from the northwest, and they just parked themselves right over that part of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and here in Lower Michigan. And we've got 80% rain for about 5 days, 40-degree weather. Last night a gale off Lake Superior, 46-mile-an-hour winds, probably blew all the peak color away, but I'm hoping that as this passes through I can get up there and there'll still be some color. So I didn't just go for it because it just looks really nasty up there right now, and I want sunshine that really brings out that color. That's what really makes that a magical trip. So before I get started, let me just say that in the description below I've linked several different videos I've put out on these storage poles. I call them pole vaults, and the evolution that I've gone through testing them. I've used them for like a year, and again, I'm not using them anymore. I've decided after all that testing and hiking with them, used them on the Arizona Trail, all last winter in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona hiking, last fall doing the North Country Trail in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. They've got a lot of miles on them, and they work great for certain things, but if you have a trekking pole supported tent, you're probably not going to want to do something like this because they don't telescope. They're 4 feet. If you want them shorter, you're going to have to dig a hole. If you want them taller, you're going to put something underneath them. Part of, again, my idea was to take things off my back and put them in these poles, and I really never felt that the weight was a huge problem, but again, I felt it more in my hands. And when I did the Colorado Trail this summer, I went back to these poles because I had a telescoping Durst and X-Mid telescoping pole tent, and I needed them. And I just noticed, after a year of carrying these with all kinds of, I've got powder, I've got liquid, so fuel, olive oil, tent parts, there's some guy line in there. And these are 28mm flat bottom test tubes. Again, everything in the description below will tell you where to buy this stuff on Amazon if you wanted it. But you need 28mm tubing if you want to make your own tubes of different lengths and put end caps on them. So for me, the journey's over as far as experimenting with storage poles. Another drawback with them is if you're flying, they aren't going to fit into a duffel. But they do make a really good hiking staff, and if you didn't carry anything in them, you just wanted to use this aluminum tubing and to replace your tips with plumbing fitting parts, it's a good, I told you on the Arizona Trail, one of my videos, that these make a good weed whacker when you get into thick stuff and you don't want to just push your way through it. You can just beat the heck out of it, and it's got enough girth. It's like a baseball bat. So that was a plus. But anyway, I'm done with it. Again, there's videos in the description below if you want to play with it. I tell you everything that I've learned, things I like, things I didn't like. Check it out if you want. Keep smiling.